Hi everyone, this is the first personal English quote video. This video I would like to give you some tips about the TH sound. The TH sound is a very uncommon sound because we don't have this kind of sound in Portuguese. So you just have to tell your brain that it's a different sound. And the TH sound has two very similar sounds. For example, if I ask you to put your hand here in your throat, and you say this word, this, okay, vibrates. So this is the voiced one. And if you put your hand here in your throat again, and you say this word, math, you see that it doesn't vibrate. So this is the voiceless. American people used to move their mouth a lot, so you must practice it. If you pay attention, you will notice that the TH sound is formed up in your tongue, with your tongue sticking out from your mouth and your upper teeth, like that. You see, it's just a little blow, you know, like this. For example, if you need to say the word thank you, you should exaggerate, right? Like thank you, thank you, thank you. And after you can say it easily in a way like this, thank you. I used to joke that the most similar sound that we have in Portuguese is like gracinha, cupuaçu, nota, pego. For example, when you have to say 1, 2, 3 in English, you say 1, 2, 3. Some people say 1, 2, 3. And it's like 1, 2, árvore. So practice it a lot, it's going to make a huge difference in your pronunciation. Here was easy because you saw that it was 1, 2, 3 in a context, right? But what about if I have, for example, uma árvore aqui e número 3 do lado de cá? So I have a 3 and I have the number 3. It's very, very different, and you'll notice along the way that it's going to make your pronunciation much better. And I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.